If you've ever wondered what the former president of the United States, Bill Clinton, has been up to, that question was answered on December 8th, 2022 in the Game Awards, when this kid came on and basically congratulated Bill Clinton, who is now referred to as a Reformed Orthodox rabbi. And a congratulation is definitely in order for Bill Clinton, regardless of whether the announcement of him being an unorthodox rabbi is true or not. He has definitely turned a new page in his life. He has stopped going around banging his secretaries, and I guess that's a step in the right direction. And I know what most people are thinking about this whole situation. Why wasn't this kid sworn by a SWAT team and just absolutely pummeled? Why wasn't Jack Bauer or John Wick behind the scene somewhere just absolutely waiting to wreck this kid? Why did nobody step in? And I think, to be brutally honest, I feel as if most people were intimidated by this kid. The entire security team was shaking in their boots for sure. And by the time they were able to muster up enough courage and waltz up there with their tiny little shriveled up chodes, it was just far too late. He had had his 15 seconds of fame and he had said what he needed to say. It was too late. He was too smooth. He was too calm and collected. I don't even think Chuck Norris himself would have been able to stop this kid. There were numerous sources that came out and said that he had been arrested, which made a lot of us scratch our heads. I get it. I mean, he definitely did crash an event and maybe there could be a fine involved somehow, but the idea that a kid would get arrested for something like this is absolutely hilarious. That was not the case. At no point was he charged with anything. I believe there was just a report made about it and maybe he had gotten taken down to the police station for that. But as I mentioned before, he was never held against his will. This was never about him being arrested. If anything, they took him down to the FBI, but only to have him train a lot of their agents. He seems like the kind of kid who would just walk into a situation where maybe like a bomb needed to be defused, because he seems to have like the steadiest of hands out there. This doesn't seem like something new to him. It seems like he's been this calm and collected basically since he was a sperm cell. He's been able to handle himself incredibly well. I feel like this kid should be giving out seminars on how to be successful in life. I can totally see him writing a book in no time. But that wasn't the only highlight of the night. We eventually got introduced to a character that we will now refer to as the Flute Guy from the Game Awards 2022. I believe this will be my next outfit for Halloween 2023. I will show up to parties dressed as the Flute Guy. But all jokes aside, the man was an absolute masterpiece. The man was so majestic. Music was flowing out of every pore of his being. This is what Nacho Libre would look like if he had given up on wrestling and just chose to become the greatest musician on planet Earth. If we ever get invaded by another species of aliens, the first thing that they should hear upon opening their doors should be this man going ham on the flute. All jokes aside, there are speculations that this might have been the best Game Award thus far. It is reported that it was probably one of the more talked about events on social media. On top of that, the viewership was the highest that it's ever been in the history of the Game Awards. You obviously had very deserving games that were crafted with the love and passion that I think has been missing from the video game community for quite some time. We obviously had Elden Ring winning the Game of the Year. We had Thor Ragnarok winning just a plethora of other different awards as well. We obviously had Christopher Judge as well give one of the best performances of his career. We had Stray win for Best Indie Game of the Year as well. And probably one of my favorite categories was the category of the best adaptation of a video game, which went to Arcane League of Legends, which was an absolutely fantastic series on Netflix. So I definitely feel like this particular year was definitely up there as one of the greatest game awards thus far in the history of gaming awards, to be brutally honest with you guys. But that is just my personal opinion. I just kind of wanted to share this with you guys. I know it's extremely late, almost a month late, but I still wanted to let you guys know what my thoughts were on this particular Game Awards. It was fun. It was hilarious. There were some great moments. And I think one of the bigger reasons for this year being such a success was that every single moment was encapsulated and perfectly placed online. It was just incredibly easy to make, you know, viral content regarding the show, whether it was, you know, the kid plopping in to congratulate Bill Clinton, or whether it was the flute guy himself just absolutely wrecking our eardrums. But anyways, let me know in the comment section, what was your best moment of the 2022 Game Awards? What was something that you didn't like? Maybe some winners or some nominations that didn't end the way that you wanted them to. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.